Hello, welcome students. Today what we are going to do, we are going to solve MCQ related to 11 to 20, and I will try to solve all the MCQ from 21 to 30 as well as MSQ and NET questions. I will request you to do your level best to clear jam, and if you need any help from me, do let me know. So without wasting any time, let's start confident learning. This is the first question. Select the youngest volcanic event out of the following. We have some volcanic event in the geological time scale. This is something like Dalma trap in Precambrian, Kadapa trap in Proterozoic, Prepranjal trap in Rajmahal trap, Prepranjal, and then Rajmahal trap in Jurassic. Then we have Deccan trap in Upper Cretaceous to Eocene age, and then we have Silhouette trap in Paleozoic to Eocene time. Okay, so we have to identify which one is the youngest one and which one is the oldest one. Let's demarcate, let's provide one means number to all the volcanic event. Dalma trap is 1, Kadapa 2, Pirpanjal 3, Rajmahal 5, Deccan 5, and then 6. Okay, so accordingly that this Rajmahal volcanics is 4, Dalma volcanics is 1, Pirpanjal is 3, and Deccan is 5. So according to this, if I will put this in the increasing number, so I will find 5 in the youngest one, and that belongs to the Deccan volcano. So Deccan volcano happened as compared to all these options is the youngest one. So this is my option. And if you do want to remember all this succession from oldest to youngest, you can utilize this mnemonic, this bit in Hindi. This दाल कढ़ाई में परोसी गई राजा के दरबार में शहंशाह द्वारा. Okay, so dal means Dalma trap, kadhai means Kadappa, Parosi means Pirpanjal, Raja means Rajmahal, Darbar means Deccan trap, and Shahanshah means Silhit trap. Okay, so this is the sequence from oldest to youngest. If you like this mnemonic, you can use for your own study. If you have a better one, just do share with me. Moving to the next question, this is very simple question. Which among the following is the only possible plunge of a lineation? Plunge of a lineation. We have foliation plane. So we have detail for the foliation plane just like strike, dip, and dip amount. All we have for the foliation. If you know that whatever property we have for the foliation, it should govern for the lineation also. So let me plot the strike for the foliation is 20° north, and the dip amount is 40°, and dip direction is southeast. Let me plot this for your easy convenience. This is my north, south, west, east. Let it be 90°. So this is my strike passing from north 20°. Okay, this is my strike, and it is dipping towards southeast. Forget about the amount. This is dipping towards southeast. So this is my foliation plane property. Foliation plane property. So this is my foliation plane property, dipping in dipping in southeast direction and striking in north. So anything, if I have lineation in this plane, it should govern the same property what I have for the foliation plane. So the amount should be 20°, so it shouldn't be more than 20°, so I can exclude this one, and the direction should be the same direction what I have for the foliation. So this is northwest, so it should also exclude it. So my option should be 12A. Okay, so this is the way we can solve this structure type of question. Moving to the next one, which one of the following tectonic plate has the maximum average velocity? Everybody aware about that, aware about this fact that we have divided plate into major plate and minor plate. What you have to do, you have to go write all the name of the major and minor plate, and then you can write the velocity of each major and minor plates. Now this is the figure showing the velocity, average velocity or velocity of the different types of major and minor plate. We have Eurasian plate, Pacific plate, North American, African, Eurasia, South of America. All the plates there in this figure with their respective velocities. Let's see. Let's check the velocity of the Eurasia plate. This Eurasia plate somewhere here also. The velocity is something like 3.7. Let me put the velocity. I'm just writing the velocity. I'm not going with the average or maximum average velocity. I'm going with the velocity given here. If you want to do the average, you can add this one, divide with how to calculate the average. You know better than. I'm just going with the maximum velocity. If it has the maximum, it is not going to reduce too much. Pacific, you can see that the Pacific velocity has 18.3, and where I have the Africa plate, this is the African plate moving towards here, and towards the northern part have the velocity of 2. And what is the North America velocity? North America velocity, you can see this is the North America velocity with average velocity of 1.8, 2.33. Let me take 3 as a average maximum velocity. So now you can easily identify which value has the maximum one. Pacific tectonic plate has the maximum average velocity. So my option should be B. Moving to the next question, here you simply should know what is Dunham classification. Based on Dunham classification, we have to divide the rock into muddy stone, wake stone, pack stone, or grain stone. So we are dealing with the half of the classification. So because mud stone, wake stone, pack stone, and grain stone will come in which we have the lime muds less than 30% micron and no lime muds. But here I have the lime muds. This means my option shouldn't contain pack stone and grain stone. So exclude this one. Now I have to check whether it is a mud stone or wake stone. For mud stone, it should be less than what? Less than 10% grains. But this allocames is 25%, not less than 25%. This is not less than 10%, it is 25%. This means it is greater than 10%. This means I have to move to another column greater than 10% column, which is wake stone. So this is my option. B is my option. Moving to the next question, here we have some statement. We need to check whether this is the right statement or wrong statement. Convolute laminae formed by the desiccation. Everybody knows that convolute laminae doesn't form from the desiccation. It is formed due to the liquefaction of the sediments. Same is goes with the lode cast. It is not formed by the erosion structure. It is developed by the differential sinking of the sediment. Prod mark is found at the bottom of the bed. What is the prod mark? I have some bed, the particle just hitting this bottom, just like this one, hitting and going on. This is something like bouncing. So we have this feature, this structure like this one. So where we should have this structure at the bottom of the bed, okay, because the particle is hitting the bottom and making the impression in terms of, while moving from one part to another part, as a bouncing, you can say as a bouncing feature, okay. So this is my right answer. Let's check what is wave. Wave ripple occur at the top of the turbide deposit. You know the turbide deposit formed by the massive slope failure. Okay. Means at the bottom of the seabed. We have turbides at the bottom of the seabed, but we know that wave ripples form at the surface of this ocean like this one. So we should have ripple at the top, not at the bottom. So this is also a wrong option. So my option should be C. Okay. Moving to the next question. Which one of the following crystal form does not belongs to the ditetragonal pyramid class? See, what is how to solve this type of question, because I don't have anything related to ABC, XYZ, and no Miller integration, nothing is given here. So how should I correlate this ditetragonal pyramid class to my options 1 to 4, means A to D? You should, let's talking about the class, so it belongs to the open class or closed class, that we need to check. We should know this ditetragonal pyramid class belongs to the closed form, okay, means ditetragonal pyramid is a closed form. So we need to check whether the C pedion, all these, whether it belongs to the open form or the closed form. And everybody aware about this one, this C pedion, prince, and ditetragonal prince, all this belongs to your open form. Only tetragonal dipyramid belongs to the closed form. And now you can ask me, how could you know that whether all this form or class, shouldn't it be open or closed one? Or that you have to study either Rutley or this clean books. So time as the time passes, you should came to know which class is belongs to the open form or the closed form. There is no shortcut for this one. Or if you are good in drawing this geometry of this particular form class, then you can easily identify whether it is open form or the closed form. So my option should be D. This is very straightforward answer, very straightforward question. The answer is also very straight. If you have any igneous rock greater than 90% plagioclase, it should be anorthosite. Nothing more than that. This is very straightforward question is there. So, a bit tricky question is there, very conceptual. We have to identify, this is a binary system. Let's see what we are going to do with this binary system. Which one of the following represent the compositional change? We have to identify the compositional change in the plagioclase. You know that plagioclase we have in terms of anorthite as well as albites. During this binary transformation means we have melt and this solidus is there. The crystallization will going from plagioclase of one end like another side to another end like albite, and we have to notice that what type of composition changes occur during the crystallization of this plagioclase magma. But whether I should go from albite to anorthite or anorthite to albite, this is the question, because they haven't mentioned about the temperature also, whether you have to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature. But they told you that it is a mafic magma. What do you mean by the mafic magma? This means it belongs to the calcium region. Means I should go from anorthite to albite. So I should move from anorthite to albite. So what is anorthite? Anorthite is CaAl2 Si3 Si2O8. And what is albite? NaAl Si3O8. And what compositional changes I need to look? It is like Na-Ca ratio, okay, Na and Ca ratio and Al Si ratio, all this, okay. No, now I am moving from anorthite to albite. This means the calcium content or calcium mole is decreasing, whereas Na mole is increasing. This means it is decreasing, and the mole content of calcium is decreasing and Na is increasing. And you know that if the numerator is greater than the denominator, the whole value will increase. So this means Na-Ca ratio should increase. So okay, this is increase, and both Na and increase. Okay, this means in because right now the half question we deduce that Na is increasing. This means the B should be half correct. I don't know anything about the Al, but here Na-Ca ratio increases. So this means B and C might be the answer. I have two options right now. Now let's take about the Al-Si content. You know this, we are moving from anorthite Al to Al1, means from 2 to 1 it is decreasing. Okay, means Al content is decreasing. However, Si2 Si3 2 to 3, this means Si content or Si mole is increasing from anorthite to albite. This means the whole content, you know that the numerator is less than the denominator. This means the whole quantity will decrease. It is something like 1 by 2 or 3 by 4 or 5 by 10, like this one. Okay, so this means the ANSI content or mole will decrease when I will move from anorthite to albite. This means it is a decreasing ratio. So my option should be C. Okay, let's move to the next question. Choose the correct sequence of the older to youngest formation in the stratigraphy of the Kadapa supergroup. This is a straightforward stratigraphy question is there. You should know the succession of the Kadapa group starting from Papagari, Chayya, Nannamalai, Krishna. Even we have in Papa group we have Gulcheru, Vempali, Pulendu, Tadapati, Barikunda, Kumbum, Irakunda, Kolamala, Sirisalam, then Uncomfortable, then we have Karnol deposits. So if you know that, we should have Gulcheru, then we have Vampali, Pulvendula, Tadapati. So this is my right option. Nothing more than that. You have to remember the sequence. You cannot do more than that. Okay, moving to the next question. This is the last question for us. This is very basic question also. You have to identify the economic deposit with their place of occurrence. You know where we can find iron ore you can find in Bellary. So this is your P4. So where I have P4 I have at A and D. And what about the base metal? Okay, base metal. Okay, see here, talking about the Rampura Agucha, we know about the Rampura Agucha, we will get PB and zinc in Rampura Agucha. But for this particular question, I don't have anything related to lead and zinc. But what I have base metal. If you go into detail about the base metal, you can consider nickel and copper as a base metal, and we have nickel and copper in Rampura Agucha. This means my Q will go to 3. So let's see where I have 3 also here. Okay, now I got my answer. And I used to tell you frequently that if I need to apply the this what we call it elimination technique to save my time, I don't want to go for the chromatic uranium because I have a few questions left. I need to give more time to that question, especially MSQ and NAT. So I don't want to solve all again. I use my this elimination technique, and I just want to move forward to solve another question. But still, you want to know about the knowledge point of view or knowledge perspective. Let's see what about the chromite. You know about the chromite. We have a 98% of the total chromite comes from the Sukhendu, Odisha, and uranium belongs to Jharkhand, are Bhatin, Navarpalla, Turmanda, and Bagjata. So now you got the knowledge also, as well as you know the technique about what we call it elimination. So with this we have completed our MCQ related to 11 to 20. And if you like this video, please share this with your friends and relative, whatever you want, to whom you think it is beneficial for them if they have to study also related to geology, and those who are preparing for the jam. I am requesting teachers also to share this video with their students. And if you like my channel, please do subscribe my channel. And now I will see you in the next video. For then, thank you, bye bye, take care.